And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Tristan's Reef. Today we're going to take a look at the build, setup, and progression of my brand new innovative marine 10-gallon tank for Rico's Nano Challenge 2018. So this setup starts with first creating a aquascape and getting my sand added. Here we see that I've added 10 pounds of Fiji Pink from Carib Sea. This is 100% live sand, and this will form the base for some of the bacterial filtration that I'm going to have inside of this tank. So after I got that sand added, I decided to do some aquascaping. Now this is the aquascaping that my wife and I came up with while we were picking out this rock. And what made it really easy was that we set up this originally outside of the tank, and then I placed all of these pieces of rock inside of my sump so that they got some really good bacteria on them. And now we're just going to transfer them right here into the new Nano tank and get everything cemented in. So in a tank this small, it was important for us to throw the light on there and see where the shadows were, just so we have an idea of where we're going to be able to place. Naturally, this project spiraled completely out of control, and with a new tank we need a new desk and a new surface in order to put that tank on, and this is what we came up with. So here we are deciding to actually drain the tank and get things moved over and upstairs. Now draining this tank was actually one of the easiest things I've ever done. Basically I just use a small piece of hose. I drained out all of the water into two 5-gallon buckets, and this alone made the tank easy and light enough for me to carry. So even with the tank completely empty, it was actually still pretty heavy, and moving it upstairs did take a little bit of effort, but it wasn't too bad. So in this clip you can see where I have tried to use a yoga mat originally to place the tank on, completely forgetting that the innovative marine tanks already come with a great mat attached to the bottom pane of the glass, and really I didn't need that at all. So after getting my light set up, the tank placed in the right position, I turned back on the light and started the process of leveling out the tank, making sure that it was nice and even, and securing the right location for where the tank was going to be. Now naturally, once this tank is full, sliding it around this desk is going to be very heavy, but that wasn't much of an issue here. Here I am refilling the tank, starting up all of the filtration, and getting things ready to go. So after filling up the tank, I was pretty surprised at how quickly the actual tank cleared up, and in this quick little time lapse you can see the tank cleared up very quickly, which just attests to how really good that innovative marine filter sock is. I'm going to continue to run the filter sock, and I know that I'm going to need extras in the future, but we'll cross that hurdle when we get there. The next morning I woke up to a brilliantly clear tank, and man, I was amazed. So I decided to kind of monitor the tank and check out how things were going to go throughout the day. I wanted to see how the light plays inside of the room and also on the tank to see what kind of sunlight would come in, what kind of sunlight would hit the tank. And in a tank this small, you really don't want too much direct sunlight, but I don't think it's going to be a problem in here because I only get sun for about an hour a day. I was pleasantly surprised at the effect that this tank had on me throughout my workday, especially on my stress levels. It was very relaxing having this here in the office with me, and I could easily see this tank becoming one of my favorite things about my office and about the hobby in general. So setting up a tank is always fun, but the real fun starts when you start adding critters to the tank. And I decided to go with a pair of clownfish as the first inhabitants of my tank. This is a juvenile pair of frostbite clownfish that I had to wait quite a little while to get from my breeder, but man, are they beautiful. They were definitely worth the wait. These little guys will probably be the only two fish in this tank. I'm really trying to keep the bioload down as low as possible within the tank to avoid any crazy issues. Along with the clownfish, I'm probably going to end up adding in some shrimp, some snails just for a regular cleanup crew, but I plan to focus mostly on these little guys, just kind of having fun and living out their life inside of this little glass box in my office. So these guys were in my sump in my main reef, and like I said before, I used some of my main reef's water in order to help cycle this tank. So adding them directly to the tank without any type of drip acclimation was very easy. The temperature was right, the clarity was right, and these guys just went from the same water to new environment, and it took them a little while to get used to things, but they didn't have any problem overall. They quickly adapted to their new home. So now that the tank is all cycled, ready to go, I have my first fish in here. The next step is going to be to add some corals, and I'm going to take my very precious time adding in those corals because I want to give them the best opportunity to live. I'll be taking a combination of corals from my big display tank and new purchased corals in order to populate this tank. I want to wish everyone good luck with the contest. It's going to be a long year and there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations, but I really wish everyone the best of luck because in the end you're going to have a wonderful tank and a new addition to your family and your pets, and I want everyone to have a great time participating in this contest. I'm going to leave you guys with a couple of images of the tank all set up and ready to go. Please like and subscribe, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, and let me know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. And ultimately, I will see you guys on the next video.